Oh my god. Enough! Silence!
Enough!
My name is Manu!
And my name is Oscar!
Ooh, yes. And you're listening to the finest procurement of music videos, but not for nothing.
Yes, we are here to find the definitive top 100 music videos.
Ooh. And the people get to say.
That's right, the plebeians get to say too. Welcome to Podcast Killed the Video Star.
We have to do a whole episode where we have to attempt whatever accent we think we were doing.
What is that? Who is this kind of person?
I don't know.
This is a British aristocrat from like the 1400s?
Yeah, but it's very like Ben de la Creme's Maggie Smith. It's almost exclusively that. It's not even
you're
British.
Right. You're right.
Ooh.
Ben de la Creme's Snatch Game. That's true.
It's
we
so
originated
bad.
the language. Yes, it is that. It's very that. Hi, Mondo.
Hi, you dumb bitch. We're here.
Hi, we're here. We made it another week.
If this is your first episode, which I would understand, because you're like, God, I can't take another week of Mono's music video picks. If you are here, if you're here because finally,
hello to the couple dozen of you who still decided to stay despite last week's episode of Mono's picks.
God, I'm so sorry. You know, but I was myself. I was raw.
And we love it. And we love it.
This is Podcast Kill the Video Star. We listen to music videos and watch them with you too if you're on YouTube. Mm-hmm. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment. And if you're listening where you pod, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and write something.
Absolutely. And listen. This is a different... Listen, Linda. Listen.
Hold on.
This episode is a little different. It's a little weird from our normal format. Normally, we would come in, Mono would have one music video that he would nominate. I would bring in a music video. We would either have a guest come in or we would talk about a video that's in the mainstream, in the common consciousness right now. Mm-hmm. And then y'all decide which one of those make it to the top 100 based on voting on Podcast Kill the Video Star's Instagram account. Mm-hmm. However, these last two episodes are a little bit different because last week we got to find out a little bit about Mono's music video history by nominating 3 music videos that he holds near and dear to his heart. That really shows us like the kind of person that you are, the things that you're into.
A little bit of my history, a little bit of my truth. Just kind of the videos I wouldn't normally pick, but videos that are personal to me, whether it's tone or it's literally like this song means something to me. Like, I think I exposed a little bit of my Eurovision side, a little bit of my Euro trash side, and then some of my just bippity bop jock jam side.
Right,
you know,
Euro, of course. It's all Euro.
It's all pretty Euro.
It's all Euro.
I'm just trying to be authentic. You know what I'm saying?
So it's his very limited playlist that he gave to me, and now I will return the favor by making I'm going to force Mono to watch 3 of my favorite music videos that says a lot about me. Each one of these music videos has a little personal connection to me, and I'm excited. This is a little nerve-wracking. You were nervous last week, and I didn't get it, but now
it's a little nerve-wracking.
Yes. Number one, it's difficult to decide which 3, because you're like, I have 12, I have 20.
And it's personal in a way. It's personal, right? Because I mean, like, whatever. Here's what I'll say. I have such bad music taste that like I've let go of anyone liking what I like. You know what I mean? So in a way, it's very liberating just to be like, no one. It's fine. You hate it. I can't help you. But
nobody hates Alice DJ.
No one hates. Right? That is a fact. That is a fact.
You cannot hate Alice DJ.
You can't hate it.
You're not human if you do.
I agree.
Right.
And if you hate Alice DJ, you are better off alone. You know what I'm saying? You need to get. But what I want to say is like you have some taste. So are you feeling the pressure to give us something that is honestly you, or are you trying to give us something that's a reflection of taste? Like, where are you at in this process?
Yeah. These are all three of these videos are milestones in my life growing up. Things that I gravitated to when I saw at like an early age that just stuck with me forever. And it explains a lot of the aesthetic that I'm attracted to. It explains sort of like what I'm drawn to as an artist, the visual medium that I'm like really, really into. Like these three videos are a really good connotation of what I like in terms of like the artistic stuff, you know? Because I like a music video.
Gutter butt. You are gutter butt.
That's racist. That's a slur. And yeah, so it's not really about the song so much as the music video itself. Like what is it saying and the story that it's trying to tell. All of these music videos, I'm like, I wish I could make something like this. That's like the that's cool. Sort of like the litmus test of like what makes it in today's episode is like, man, I wish I made this music video because it has my aesthetic, you know?
Yeah.
And I would say these three are like pretty simple music videos. They're not like complex. They're not complicated. They don't tell a like incredibly complex story. They're pretty straightforward, but I just love them so much. They are so rooted into who I am as a person and an artist and a weirdo. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Nervous. I'm like,
I'm curious. That's a very like it feels like you know, it's very I don't know where this paper is going. I like read the thesis and I can't tell if you mean it or if you're just like filling up the word count. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah. You're like, are these actually sentences? Are these paragraphs even? Yeah, you're confused by my essay and I totally understand.
But I'm excited. I also feel like I'm excited to get to know you better because like I feel like I know you pretty well.
Yeah.
You're someone who's, because it's Valentine's-ish and we're falling deeper in love with Oscar. You're someone who's both extroverted and very introverted.
Yes. That
like
is a
you're
big
both
thing.
Like here I am and here I'm not.
Right. Like there is a performance side of me that is very open and stuff, but I am very private, and you have clocked me on this before. Yeah, it's interesting. I think I'm inherently a huge introvert that needs to perform like all the way, or else I revert back to my introverted self. You know, not to get into the history of why I perform, but you know, I used to before I was doing any comedy, anything, I was a dancer and I had terrible stage fright. So in order to get over that stage fright, I had to like really fully commit. And that's how I am on stage, you know, or on camera. Like I fully commit to like the fantasy that I'm trying to give you. But behind closed doors, I'm very private. I'm very sort of like independent. I am such an introvert. And for some people, it's a little incongruous. They don't really get it. They expect me to be this like loud, boisterous person. Right. But when they meet me, they're like, why is he so quiet? Why is he so shy? So, but like the reason why we get along so well is because I don't feel, and this is real talk, I'm not trying to be whatever, but I feel like there's no judgment from you at all. Like you're like one of the very few people that I think really gets me. Yeah.
And I feel privileged to have been let in. Because, like, you're adorable, you're funny, you're fun, you're all these things. Everyone's people are obsessed with you, rightfully so. But it's very nice to get to know you in that way of just, like, we've been Judies for so long now that we're just like, we're really good at dropping. We're really good at just dropping, like, our bullshit and just be like, this is what's happening.
Yes. And with comedians, it's tough. You know, like, we hang out with comedians and sometimes they need to be on all the time, which is cute for a little bit. But then it's just like, oh, can we just, like, exist together?
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so I just like existing. But anyway, so a big part of who I am is the music that I listen to and music videos, obviously. So it's a vulnerable moment to like showcase these music videos, and I hope people like them. And if they don't, that's fine. But hopefully there's one thing people like here.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see where we're going on this journey. Okay. So walk me through the process of picking this first video. What does this first video mean?
Yes.
How are we approaching this first video?
So this first music video was around before I was born, but it showcased, this is the very beginnings of music videos. You know, I'm a vintage queen, so you know I like old shit. So this was released in 1980. I think even like before MTV was a thing. So this was a 1980 music video. It is by one of my favorite spin-off bands from an already iconic band. It's called the Tom Tom Club, and they're a spin-off band of the Talking Heads. Which you know, obviously,
right?
And the
I didn't know they
video,
were a spin-off. This is news for me.
Yes. And it is called "Genius of Love." Now, this song, I'm sure you've heard of it. I'm sure people have heard other people sample this song,
right? Because I heard of this. I only knew about this after I knew about Fantasy.
Right, Fantasy is the one that's most popularly took it. There's a lot of hip hop artists. Sampled this beat
because someone just recently sampled this.
Did they?
I don't know. A couple years ago. I was literally just watching a video about this of just being some kids today who heard the newest sample didn't know it was used in Mariah Carey and originally Tom Tom Club.
I mean, and isn't that a shame? That's crazy. Yeah. So, and I think I read somewhere that this is the most sampled song ever in the whole wide world. So
I buy that.
This is great. And the song, number one, is great. It's very much my vibe. It's fun. It's light. But the music video is iconic because I love animation. And this particular style of animation I really like. You'll see it. And when you see it, you'll be like, oh yeah, this is a very Oscar vibe. So I'm ready to show you "Genius of Love." It's one of my favorites.
You're right.
Love it.
This has been sampled insane amount of times, which we'll talk about afterward. But I think the most recent one was Paramore used it.
Paramore, okay.
I think Paramore used it, and then of course the children were like, "I love it," and they had no clue.
Don't know. So this is a lesson for the children.
Yes,
this is the OG, the original.
Shall we?
Of Love. Let's do it. Ready?
Yes.
I'm very excited because I love this video so much. Okay. 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay.
So you got the little title card.
Yeah, I got the title card.
Oh my god.
This is so old in a wonderful way. I mean, it literally feels like a camera is pointed. I love the kind of slight bounce of the camera.
Right. It's a little crunchy, isn't it?
I love it.
Yeah, it's very much hand-drawn animation.
Yeah, and it is sheet for sheet, take a picture, move a picture, take a picture.
Yep. It's the colors, the style of it is so great. This was drawn by the band.
I mean, I want every single one of these images on a t-shirt, you know?
Oh my god, absolutely. If I could, this walking, I want to get that tattoo on my body. It's sort of Keith Haring-ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got that for lack of a better word, it's got the joie de vivre, you know what I mean?
It does.
Vibe. It's very positive, it's bright, it's got the squiggles.
Which is French for the juice of Valerie. Juice of Valerie.
Anyway.
Okay. Why is she in a little jail on an island?
Because the lyrics, bitch.
You were saying.
Okay, so I'll say this. I saw this at a very young age. I want to say maybe 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
And I was just so blown away by literally black people being animated.
My God.
Because I was just it's usually very white animation.
Even still.
This
is a show about a family, and they have to be white. It's why?
Absolutely. So when I saw all of these colors I was just so attracted. The image of this sort of brownstone apartment, very Brooklyn vibe with all these people of color is so ingrained in my brain, and it just left an impression.
This dog is also a very cat dog. I mean,
very. Like, wouldn't you want to see this as a cartoon show?
I mean, literally the animation style it's good every second, but it's also like, it's different. Like there's like the crooked lips is almost its own style.
Yes.
And then there's
the animation, the way the cartoons move is so weird. And then these like weird squiggles,
the graphics.
These flashes. Oh my god, I'm obsessed.
This Memphis thing you've talked about in the past.
Yes, the Memphis style. Yes,
it's a little bit that.
This rat, very you. That rat with the glasses.
I take that as a compliment.
That is you, 1000%, bitch.
That does, yeah. Why does that rat remind me of? Like
you.
It's me. Yeah. No, it's reminding me of something. I want to say like Rescue Rangers, or I might be conflating it with something else, but this is gorgeous. We're under the sea. Okay, this is where Little Mermaid stole this. Now we're going even deeper sea. Horrifying. Made at Cucumber Studios.
Oh, it just makes me so happy.
It's so beautiful. It's like so. I mean, and the song is also like.
Oh. But I mean, we talk about this a lot on the podcast of like, does the video match the song? And to me, I can't imagine the video for this song being any different than like fun animations.
It's actually
people
like
just
kudos to them for making such a good music video. Because this song is so good, it wouldn't need a good music video. It really wouldn't.
Yeah. Absolutely. And this was at a time when music videos weren't not even like that big. It was like right before MTV. So people just made music videos for the enhancement of the art that is the song, you know? So yeah, I love that. And inherently that's what I'm looking for in music videos of like, is the music video enhancing the song? Because music videos that sort of distract from the song aren't really helpful. So this was a perfect marriage of the two. It's so good. Yeah. It's so good.
This is fascinating.
Thoughts. What is this video about? What's going on?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I think this video about Genius of Love is very interesting. A Genius of Love, because there's a lot of imagery of being lost or in a prison, right? But it's also like talking about that genius of love thing. So it's clearly like someone you love to love, but also tortures you. Oh. This is about an innocent and foolish love. Like I feel like even the music represents this like adolescent innocent love that is sometimes like stupid and misguided. Like that's the vibe it gives me. It's about love making you stupid. That's what this is about. But I love that it's interesting. Animation. Right. Are these the dreams of a person in love? Maybe.
You know what's really funny? It's because the lyrics of the song are so interesting, because the very first lyric is, what are you going to do when you get out of jail? I'm going to have some fun. What do you consider fun? Fun, natural fun. It's sort of this like, it doesn't make sense, but it's like, wait, who's getting out of jail? What's going on here? And then the whole song is about like dancing and having fun with your boyfriend, and like all these musical acts that they love. Bootsy Collins, James Brown, you know.
I'm in heaven with the maven of funk mutation.
Yeah. So it's about music, you know. It's a celebration of music, and it's about like feeling imprisoned, whether it's at your job or just like life. And music is actually the escape from that.
There's so many lyrics I did not recall. Like now that I'm reading the lyrics, they're
hard to sort of understand.
Yeah, the way he'd hold me in his warm arms. We went insane when we took cocaine.
Oh, I didn't know that lyric. Ooh.
Yeah, all the weekend. Boyfriend was missing. I surely miss him. The way he'd hold me in his warm arms. We went insane when we took cocaine.
But girl, this was at a time where everybody was doing coke. It was the 80s.
I know, it's just wild.
Coke was like aspirin back then.
It's just like, yeah, this is wild. I mean, they probably did cocaine to make this music video. That's why it's...
Oh, that's how they got it done.
That's how they got it done.
Do you have a Leu moment in this video?
God, I'm gonna say... I love so many of the visuals. So many of the visuals. What do I want to say? I gotta say it's the star Crazy hair lady. I kind of like crazy blonde hair lady. Yeah. But I'm torn because I also like crunchy lips. And the weird dog. I don't. This is tough. I'm gonna pick our star because I think she's a dynamic, crazy lady. She's a crazy woman. She's the Pamela Lee of this moment.
Love it. For me, again, it's that brownstone moment, that like city moment. And this was like before I even lived in New York, but just like that whole aesthetic with so many brown people just having a good old time. Like, I don't know. It just, to me, it just was a celebration of brownness in a way that I'd never have seen literally in any form of medium ever at all. So as a kid watching music videos where you don't see a lot of, besides Michael Jackson, obviously, like a community of brown people having fun, even though they were animated, that spoke to me in many, many ways, in a deep, deep way too. So, especially because I had a huge, like I just had like a, growing up in Colombia and being Afro-Colombian, like, you know, it was like, there was a lot of complex too, because I was sort of like othered growing up in my country. So watching all these brown people like just celebrating, I was like, oh my gosh, like, oh, there's people that exist in this world with like my features, the things that I'm getting made fun of are like celebrated and having fun. So that like, that's a deep part of my childhood.
Yeah.
You know, so to see that was so like
how much you were othered in Colombia. I didn't know.
I was, yes. So like Colombia has like a huge, like a lot of Afro-Colombians, especially in the coast, but I live right in the middle of the country. So for me, there was like my community was just very Anglo looking, like everybody looked white. So I, who am like very light skinned, but still like my dad was black, so having like a lot of that, like I was very much othered, you know, very like called out. And just like a thing of Latin culture, the vocabulary is sort of just like, if you are darker or have dark complexion, that's just your nickname. I was nicknamed Negrito my whole time. The whole time I was there, I was nicknamed Cochinito, which is like pig because of my nose, like. So all of that stuff. So, you know, I had a complex growing up of just like feeling othered. Like my hair was like kinky when everyone else had straight hair. So yeah, anyway, so I was very much drawn to like otherness. I was like constantly looking for otherness in media, you know? And so, yeah, so that to me was just like a huge moment for me, being like a poor kid in Colombia watching this video and being like, what? Yeah. And then weirdly enough, I ended up moving to New York, where that was just like the vibe. Like living in like, you know, Queens and New York City was just like, that was it. So it was cool to watch that. Yeah.
It's really wild. You've really had quite a fucking journey. Like just that move, like that you made very, very on your own was like it's an insanely brave move, I'm gonna say, just to be like taking this huge swing and then gonna figure out how to live in like the hardest city to live in, period.
Right. But I didn't know that at the time, you know.
Right. When you're young, you're just like, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my first recommendation. Genius of Love, Tom Tom Club.
I love it.
Get into it. I have two other more, but first we got to take a little break.
Two other more. Oh!
We're back.
Okay. I guess I'm clicking the top one. I'm clicking this top one. What? I just got the link from Oscar, and it's more of a list. And I'm guessing we're clicking on the top one of this list.
Oh, it's a list? No, it's not. I didn't.
Okay, send me the link again. It's okay.
Okay. Oh, I know what I did. Yes, this is the real.
No worries.
Link. This is the real link. Okay.
We're getting to know Oscar. You're back here with us on Oscar's Finite playlist. What? What a gag.
So we heard Genius of Love, we saw Genius of Love, and now
we're getting to know you a lot. This was Genius of Love, huge part of your childhood, and literally kind of even paints a little bit of this vibe you have of coming from Colombia to New York City.
Absolutely, yes. And again, I'm attracted to those colors, like that style of animation. It's a little scraggly. It's a little, which I really like. But now we're fast forward from 1980. We're going forward to 1989 towards the end of the decade. Now, I was, again, a kid in Colombia, Palmira, Colombia, and watching this video. Now, I know that you brought a lot of your culture, your heritage in your episode. I don't have any Colombian artists, which I guess makes me a bad
Hateful.
But I do have a South American staple for this. We are going to our neighboring country, Brazil, to talk about Kaoma's Lambada.
Ooh,
now, Lambada has a reputation here in the U.S. as being like the forbidden dance, and there's actually a movie about that. Do you know anything about Lambada?
What?
Do you know anything about Lambada?
Do I know anything about Lambada? No.
Okay.
I think I know this song.
Okay. Yes. It's iconic.
It's very popular song. Yeah. I don't know how is it an erotic dance by any standard?
Lambada is erotic in a way that it's a couple dance and everyone's dancing real close to each other. So like crotch to crotch, like just swaying back and forth. You'll see it in this video.
Sounds like a good time to me.
Yes, exactly. It's a fun time. But Lambada was a huge hit in South America. And wait, what were you gonna ask?
I was just gonna ask, do you remember being in situations where kids were supposed to dance and this came up?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
This was all over the dance parties. I was super young. I was also a dancer, so I did cumbia dancing, which is like the traditional Colombian style of dance, since I was 4 years old. So I've been dancing my whole life. And I was also a shy kid. So again, I was a huge introvert. I would get very nervous. So with Lambada was a huge dance, but it was like, sexy. It was adventurous, courageous. And in my mind, it was like, I could never do that kind of dancing because it was sort of just like very salacious and like you had to have a lot of confidence to do it. And I was just not confident at all. But I always dreamed of doing something like that, like dancing like that. I was like, oh my God, the music was so infectious. The song was so infectious.
So paint a picture for me, even when you're presented with this choice, how old are you when you're like thinking about it?
5 years old.
Trying to do horny dances at 5.
But it wasn't horny. Okay, it's
that's what I'm trying. Help me.
You'll see in the video. You'll see, because there are actually children dancing in this video.
Well, let me relate to you, because I think it sounds similar to. There's a Greek style of dance called Zembekiko, which is. I'm gonna say it. I was wanted to do it, but it is it is for me. And this is sort of similar. It's like about being alpha and confident, and like literally like having people stare at you while you perform. And I was always so intimidated by it, and like my family being so traditional, they were like, "Go do it!" Like it's like this weird thing of like, "Do it!" Prove to everyone you're like. You are a man. Yeah. And I was like, but I don't.
Literally.
Okay,
literally.
well, okay,
and also,
interesting.
Like, with partner dancing, it's like the man always asks the women. The man always takes the lead. The man is always in charge. And for me, I was like, I can't do that. I'm an aggressive beta. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? So, and I think cumbia was simple because you're just automatically assigned someone, So that was. I didn't think about that too hard, but with like just like freestyle dancing, like at the club or like a friend's party or something, when people are like dancing, and like Latin dance is all coupled. Like there's no such thing as you dance by yourself, salsa, merengue, like it's all coupled dancing, and it's always, a binary dancing, like a guy and a girl are dancing together. So anyway, so there was a lot of anxiety. So I was very stressed around social dancing. But
is there a person you were comfortable partnering with?
No.
Fuck.
No.
I didn't know if there was like one Judy where it's like, we're good. We're good.
No, I was terrible. No, I was incredibly shy. There was no way I ever felt. So I was always like the kid that would just sit out in all the dances, socially dancing. So anyway, so Lambada came along, and that was like another cause of stress for me. But I always dreamed of being one of the dancers. And also this video had a huge part. You'll see why. I'll explain to you after the video, but I'm just ready to play it. How about you?
Let's do it.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, Lambada.
So we're at the beach. Got a nice little accordion. This song, I get chills with this accordion riff.
Me too. And you should know, there's both a Greek and Arabic version of this song.
Is there really?
Yes, because it was
an international hit. Yeah,
it was just international, and they did that a lot with songs at the time. They do it a lot in the Middle East, especially, where they're like, "Here's the Turkish version, here's the Arabic version," and I think this was so successful that they were like, "We're gonna steal it."
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's music for you.
And here she is giving us Portuguese fantasy.
Yes. So this is Lambada. It's a couple dance. So then you have this kid, and then you have this girl.
Yeah.
He's dark skinned, she's not.
Oh wow.
Very that.
I've never seen this video, so we're getting yeah,
there's story here.
We're getting story. The couples are looking at each other. We have an adolescence coming of age theme.
And then the dad, who's the bartender, the kid very boldly starts dancing with the girl.
Yes! Oh, this kid can dance.
This kid can really dance. They both can dance. And so that's Lambada. It's very close together. It's very sort of suggestive, but
a lot of shaking in the hips.
Shaking in the hips, exactly. They're great. They're killing it. The dad is pissed.
Killing it. Oh, no!
For whatever reason that might be.
He littered. If you throw your cigarette, I hate people who just put their cigarette trash on the street.
Yep. So the dad hits the daughter because he's...
Oh my God!
Because she's dancing with the kid. And then this to me is amazing. Looking back, it's giving me like the Seventh Seal sort of vibe where they're all dancing with death at the end, but back at the time.
Wow, come on, symbolism.
So they're at another party.
Yeah, we're at the beach. The music is going, but there's tension. There's tension.
He's sad. He's sipping his Orangina.
Oh, I gotta love an Orangina.
Me too.
Orangina. Gina.
Ew. So they're daydreaming and dancing at the beach, but it's forbidden love.
This is perfect, too, because the song itself has a romantic tension.
Yes.
Even in the way it's sung, there's a tension.
The dad seeing
there's
the kid.
A complicated love. It's not just love, it's complicated. Dad's pissed.
Then the lead singer takes him.
Wow, she's diffusing. And is he smiling?
He's smiling. He gets it. Is
he having a little bit of fun?
He gets it.
Wow, you're appealing to me. You're giving me my world music fantasy, which I love my world music.
That is true. This could be your gig. This is your type of fish.
We live for the Buddha bar.
So this
everyone's
is hot
having
right
fun.
Here. This is hot right here.
Trio.
Suddenly we got a human centipede of dance.
A pentuple. The sun is setting, and the sun is setting on conflict as everyone is reunited. In dance. Gorgeous.
The end, and it's this beautiful shot.
Wow,
beautiful sunset.
Red, orange sunset. Oh, I need to go travel so bad.
COVID is real, bitch. We can't.
Nuh-uh.
We cannot.
No, it ain't.
We cannot. Okay, so that was it.
Wow.
Kaoma's Lambada. What do you think? What is this video about?
Kaoma. That is beautiful. I live for this. This video, I need to look up a better translation of Lambada of what the lyrics are saying. But, I think it's about... this is about the dance uniting you amongst, no matter what your bullshit is, you gotta come out, dance it out, bitch. Dance it out.
Simple as that. Dance it out. Dance it out. You know what? Dancing solves racism. That's my takeaway here.
I think so too.
If this video has taught me anything, is that dancing solves racism. And very easily too, might I add.
Very quickly. I'm gonna say the story arc is quick.
Yeah.
The dad hits his daughter, and then he's like, you know what? Maybe I won't. It's like, yeah, man, maybe not.
Maybe I was wrong. I was wrong. Yeah. It's crazy. Man. What's the Lei moment for you here?
The Lei for me in this beautiful video, I've got to say, It's got to be that sunset. Yeah, I didn't expect myself to say that, but it's like that also put everything in perspective for me of like, you can't have problems when things look that stunningly beautiful. It's I connect with the island vibe, the beach vibe. I connect with that of just like, because like I love that. I mean, obviously when I've been to whatever, it just reminds me of that vibe, and that speaks to me when life gets to slow down and you get to just be like, everyone shut up, look at nature.
Yeah,
that's my Layu. How about you?
I have a couple of Layus in this video. I mean, like this one, I think out of all the videos ever, this is the one that is like really in the forefront of my mind. Like this has such a personal connection to my childhood. And it's especially the moment of like that everyone dancing, that like human centipede of dancing, because I've never seen it done before. And for someone who's like really shy, like that was so salacious to me. Like, what do you mean 5 people are dancing so close to each other like that? Like, that's a little gay, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, there's men holding hands with each other. And it says so much of just like me being such a queer child, like not really understanding and just being so conditioned to like hate like male attraction. Because I was like, oh my God, a man is touching hands with another man. Like, that's crazy, you know? Like, I was so attracted and drawn to that specific part of the video. I was like, what?
Here's my question for you. Growing up in Colombia, like, now knowing what you know, is there any undercurrent of homophilia? Is there any undercurrent of homoeroticism in the culture that you feel or queerness that you feel like you better understand now? Or is it purely as homophobic as you experienced it?
I think like just living in a like machismo like fueled country and household, it was, well, not really household, but in a country where like the man is the king, like you respect the man, like you can't do gay, like sort of gender is so performative where the man is like alpha, right? Especially when it comes to dancing, you know, like the man has to take charge. The man is the lead. The boy asks the girl, right? I think because it's so performative to me, there are like little eeks of that sort of homophilia happening of just like, oh my God. So like this butch thing is sort of glorified, you know, it starts blurring the line a little bit of just like, oh, I admire this person for being an alpha chief male, but also like, am I attracted to that too? You know? So there's that part, but I think as a kid who's just so confused, I was also not raised by men. Like I was raised by women. So to me, I didn't really have that until I came to this country. So yeah, for me, it was just like, but still, even living in a household where like I was raised by a bunch of women, like that still was toxic as fuck. Like having male neighbors being like, oh, let me take the kid out to whatever, blah, blah, blah. And needing that sort of like paternal figure was odd to me. But anyway, to me, that's the Leo moment, but also what really speaks to me is the racial moment of this video. Like, again, being a kid who's Afro-Colombian, like seeing first of all, the band, everyone being Afro-Brazilian, being like at least Caribbean looking. Like, to me, I was just like, more people that look like me, number one. And also holding power, too, because the lead singer straight up looks like my sister, you know? And
she shuts it down, essentially.
And she's a hero. With Lerv, exactly.
That's pretty
and also
gaggy.
The boy dancing with the girl and having that whole like Romeo and Juliet racial story happening. Like, to me, it like resonated. Even as a young child who sort of didn't really get the big picture, to me, it just felt so good to be seen in that way. Yeah. Especially in a country like Brazil, who's like so ethnically diverse. And there's so many Afro-Latinx people that live in that country. So it was good to see that sort of being... Like, the world was bigger than my little village in Colombia. In a weird way. Because, I don't know, like, I think I was like a queer kid, you always feel like you're the only one. And, like, as a queer kid who's, like... who's like the only I guess Afro person there, like you do feel like you're the only one. So to have media sort of be like, no, you're not the only one, and there's a whole community of people outside of your little box, like that is so, what it does, it gives you hope. You know what I mean? It's just Truly. Like, oh, one day I'll be with people that isn't just this community around me that is sort of making fun of me, and then I'll be with people that will celebrate me.
I get it.
And that was powerful as a kid. Like that was, you know, as a kid that was ostracized for the way that he looked, like that was major for me.
Yeah, you know? I really relate to that. And it sucks. Yeah, we both had a lot of similarities in those experiences of just being
othered. Yeah,
I was treated so shitty that I didn't understand what was happening. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. Well, that just becomes your norm.
Right. Yeah. It was the norm for me where I was like, I guess everyone hates me. Yeah. Like, I guess just like, and I couldn't tell if it was my brownness, my queerness, my chubbiness. I couldn't tell. And it was honestly different things at different times.
Absolutely.
But it's harrowing. But the
constant was that you were othered always. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the constant. So it didn't matter whether you got made fun of this, that, or the other, is that you just got made fun of, period.
Yeah.
So for people like that who don't have an outlet or don't even have someone or something be like, it's okay, like you're not the only one. That's why we look for things like media to be like, oh my gosh, like, oh God, the world is so much bigger than this hell of what I'm going through right now. So, you know, I you know, like videos like this really were liberating for me. Like, were just absolute, like, escapism for me. You know, so yeah, this video was huge for me.
Yeah, work. Oh my God. Okay, this is cleansing. This is cleansing. I guess we should continue on and filling out. What is the third video in this Oscars also, I gotta say, I'm like playlist.
Really dishing out a lot of shit that I usually don't talk about. I usually don't talk about this shit. So
you should.
It's crazy.
I'm liking it. I'm shutting up for once because I just want to. I want to hear. I want to listen. Yeah. So tell us where are we going next on the journey?
So now we're gonna take us to a video that was released not too long ago. It was 2 years ago. This is 2020. And this is a little recent, but to me, this is the personification of something, like, as an artist, of what I dream of doing. Like, everything about this is, like, I saw the video for this, and it blew my mind. Because, here's the thing. It's not, like, a fancy music video. It's not, like, the budget is very sort of, it's a humble budget. But the song is fantastic, and what they do is so amazing.
Okay.
So for me, you know, so the artist is Toro Y Moi, who is like one of my favorite artists of all time. Do you know about Toro Y Moi at all?
I do. I love their shit, and sometimes they whatever. There's another weird group we have to get into, but they collaborate with a lot of weird groups.
Yes.
One of them being a French group called Paradis.
Okay.
Which I really love. But I enjoy their shit, but I don't know if I know this video.
Okay, Chaz Budnick, who is my hero. When I was much younger, people thought I looked like him, which was like the biggest compliment ever of all time, because I think he is literally, and I cannot stress this enough, in bold, literally the coolest person to ever exist on this planet. I think he is so cool. I want to meet him so bad. But anyway,
not you reverting to your 13-year-old self. Like, I can't remember the last time I heard an adult go, cool.
No, seriously, like fangirl category is fangirling real hard. Like, I don't know what I would do if I met him, like, out in the street. Like, I don't know what I would lose my mind. Seriously. Anyway, Toro Y Moi, Ordinary Pleasure. He has an art collective up in the Bay Area, and it's a bunch of artists, and like I think like that's my dream, is to like sort of form a collection of freaks and make art together, you know. So this music video is all about that. It's the collaborative process of art making, and that's why it's so special. But it is So simple.
The House of Ozzy? Can I be in it?
Can I be in bitch, you'd be the first person I would call.
Am I weird enough?
Absolutely you're weird enough. Absolutely you're weird enough. Yeah, a bunch of weird brown people, like that's gonna be part of my family.
That's a dream. I know.
I also love videos with like one-shot videos. Like no cuts. So this is that too. It's giving me everything. And you get an insight of Chad's like vibe, which is so sweet and nice, and you just get a real sense of him as a person, as an artist, and you don't really get that with music videos a lot. You know, you get like the performative aspect of an artist, but you don't really get a sense of their real selves, and this is a great music video of just like seeing the art and the artist. Anyway, it's great. Anyway, so here it is, Toro Y Moi's Ordinary Pleasure. I love this video so much. I watch this
I'm pumped.
Literally, I think every single day. It's great. Okay, ready?
No, you don't. Okay,
I actually
here we go.
do. I actually do.
You're sick.
I actually do. Okay, 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay.
Okay,
we're in a bright, reddened hallway.
Yeah. It's very
music in the distance, almost. It's diegetic sound, if you will.
And I mean, like, right from the top, if the vibes.
How's it going? I'm Chaz. Welcome to company.
Be my friend. Please be my friend.
I can see the resemble.
Please be my friend.
I see the resemble here. I see the resemble. A lot of this is you and
yeah, we have the same like sort of
yeah. Oh my god! Ew! Do I want to fuck you? Ew!
Shut up. Back when I was like in my mid-20s, I was doing a lot of commercial work, and literally every commercial, everyone was like, "Oh, what is Toro Y Moi doing in this commercial?" Like literally, people thought I was Toro Y Moi.
Hey, who the fuck is this bitch with the furs on the shoulders hitting the bongo drums?
They're all icons. All of these people are icons. So this is like his studio, his actual studio, where he gets his friends and they collaborate. What did he say to us at the beginning?
He was like, "Hey, what up, motherfucker? Listen to my music."
Yeah, he's like, "Hi, this is me. This is my band." He introduces everybody and what they play, and then they're performing the song now.
Oh, interesting. This vibe.
I mean, vibes the house down.
Oh no! Wait, do I want to fuck you, Oscar?
You want to fuck this version of him.
He's so cute.
He's the most adorable person ever.
Yeah, I don't know if I've
like he's like shy. He's like, oh god.
It's actually fucking me up a little bit because we don't usually have the same type of guy ever. But I really like this.
Yeah,
he's like artistic and like not awkward, but not.
He's just what? Cool.
He's not. Yes, yeah. I'm gonna also say
the coolest.
But it lacks a toxic confidence. I'm gonna say confidence can be gross.
Absolutely, and he's a true artist where he lets his art speak for itself.
Yeah.
And that's how I like to envision myself. Like, I don't want to have an ego with my art. I have no ego. My ego is done, you know? But I take my art seriously and I take my work seriously, you know?
Yeah, I'm here for that.
But all this is one shot, and you see all of these amazing young artists collaborating and making art together.
Yes,
and they're all fucking the coolest people you've ever fucking met in your entire life.
I mean, if I could wear one of these things, Print Queen,
Print Queen,
Printing Queen, put the ink in your machine. I mean, I'm living.
Print Queen, and it's all one shot, by the way. No cuts, no edits, no nothing.
Yeah, I know, no fake cuts.
You
think? You think this is the real? This is a real shot. This is no fake shots.
No fake shots.
Okay, there's something in effect happening. Very lo-fi.
Lo-fi, very budget
through this like bouncy plexiglass bubble thing. His half smile is killing me. Like
this moment makes me so happy.
That
just
man
watching
is gorge.
People really just live their truths and be happy. Dancing. Look, this guy is so
vibe.
Smiley. This woman taking a picture. Everyone is just so happy. It makes me so happy. It makes me want to cry because everyone is just like living their truth. It's so beautiful.
And I'm gonna say I buy 90% of these people. Like I don't think most of them. I don't
Who's
think.
The 10%? Where's the 10%?
There might be. I'm just trying to be realistic. There's got to be one person who's bullshit there.
The poser.
There's got to be a couple posers. Most of the people here, I'm like, yes, you're cool, you're interesting, you're wild.
Yeah.
I love it. Like one of them would go on Project Runway and be like, I'm funky. I'm the funky one. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You see me in the background be like, just very aware of where the camera is and be performing to the camera.
Yeah. No, you're a freak, Mamba. You're a freak. You're the real deal. I want to say, wow, This video is great. This video is great. And it's just like the name of the song, Ordinary Pleasure. Mm-hmm. This video really embodies that. This is just about a good-ass time. No event. No spectacle, just a good-ass time. Just have yourself a good-ass time. And the song is very that.
Yes, the song is very that.
Have a good-ass time.
Yeah. Maximize all your pleasure. Like, literally, that is...
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. That's it for me. That's the mantra for me. It's like, you've got to find the happiness in your day-to-day. Because why are you doing it, you know? There's so many things that we have to do in this world, like, oh my God, that are so... soul-sucking. It's like if you have any chance to yourself, if you have the privilege of having free time, maximize all your pleasure. Maximize it.
Yeah.
And to me, this video is a perfect example of that. And the pleasure isn't like necessarily hedonistic. It's not like fucking everybody, which if that's your pleasure, babe,
go for it.
Mazel. Go ahead.
Go off.
You know? But it's just what it was like people being creative and collaborating together and having a good time and just existing together. It just reminded me of my younger days. Truly, it is an nostalgia. I watched this video and it just like takes me back to a time when I was like post-college, not really sure of what I wanted to do with my life, but I was surrounded by really great artists, really great people. And we were just like doing stuff together. This is so.
You're sounding vaguer and vaguer.
No. Like, but no, seriously, like this is the shit I was doing when I was like 22, 23. You know what I mean? Like I lived in Williamsburg. I lived in a commune and like we shared a whole space together.
Did I know this? That you lived in a commune?
I don't know if you did.
Go off.
Okay, so I lived in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, New York, where I lived with 15 other people. We lived on a floor of a loft. And we shared a living room space and, oh God. So like we would pay rent. It was very cheap. But part of our rent was to create art every month. And so we would always create collaboratively. Funny. And, you know, there were like sculptors, dancers, like all kinds of artists living in this space. And
Did you usually dance? Did you do other stuff?
Yes, I did. Yeah. And then like I would try. That's where I learned how to like crochet, knit, you know, do like sculpture. So
this is so funny. Your rent was art, doing something arty.
My rent was art, actually.
Did you pay other money too?
Yeah, I paid like
some money. It's none of my business what you paid.
Plus art. Yeah,
I just wanted to know. Okay, payment and art. Okay,
yeah, but then it got shut down because you know there was some health code violations there, so
no,
we had to move out. Yeah, unfortunately.
How long did you live there?
I lived there for a good 2 years.
Fuck my life.
A long time. I lived there for a minute. But, you know, some of those people I still talk to, they're some of they're the coolest people I've ever met, you know?
Yeah.
So this video is a literal snapshot of my youth in a way that I'm in my 30s right now being like, oh my God, I lived that life. You know what I mean? So this video is just like the truest form of what it's like to be a young artist, sort of just like, living life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh my God. I love it. Okay. Wow. This was gorgeous. I guess I'll go say the layout for me in this video, I gotta say, will be I'll say the him introducing the band. That was just so funny of like, oh, this is the vibe. Hey, what's up? We're gonna do our song now. You know?
Yeah.
How about you?
To me, it's the dance party at the end. Again, like one of my favorite things. Okay, my favorite. I don't know if I've said this before in the podcast, but like my favorite thing ever, and the thing that will make me the most happy is watching people dance that aren't necessarily the best dancers, but they just don't care, like living their truth, you know. And so to me, that moment is a bunch of people just not trying to impress anybody and just dancing and just vibing hard.
Which I usually, if someone says we're vibing, I'm like, ooh, get me out of here.
Oh, I love it.
This I buy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a big fan of vibing. Just straight up going hard on the vibes. I'm a big fan of that. And so that to me, so that's the layout for me. Just watching people just living their happiness. Because it just felt like nobody felt like put upon or stressed, or like literally everyone just felt so happy to be there. Oh, so great.
Love.
It was so good. Anyway, so that's it.
Wow. So now, but guess what? We don't decide which one of these make it to the top 100. Y'all do.
Yep.
And to help assist with that, because y'all know that you'll do that by going to our Instagram and liking 1 or 2, don't be crazy, of the posts that correspond to these music videos. But I guess we'll like collaboratively make a case for one, you make a case for one, and then we'll make a case for one together.
Sure. Which one do you want to take?
I guess I will make a case for. I'm gonna make my job easier because it's and make a case for.
I know which one you're gonna pick.
Tom Tom.
Oh, not what I thought you were gonna pick.
I almost picked Lambada.
That's what I thought. Because I was like, world music, bitch, right here. But okay.
I guess I'm gonna make a case for Tom Tom Club. It obviously is significant historically to Oscar, but it's also like a really great animation music video. And I need to go back and look at the archives, but I don't know if there's an animation music video in the top 100.
That is a good point. I don't think we do. I don't think we have one.
It's great. It's the music. It literally inspires continuously. It's such a good piece of music. It continually is sampled. The visuals are stunning and crazy and goofy. It's gorgeous. You love the song. Go vote for Tom Tom Club. Now, Oscar, what do you want to make a case for?
I'm gonna go for Ordinary Pleasure because it's the last one that I picked. This is the truest self. It's the truest self in a way of like, it's a reminder of the kind of artist that I was and the kind of artist that I want to be in the future. I sort of lost my, not for nothing, real talk here, like truly real talk. You know, you sort of like lose the artistic side. You know, I sort of have a hard time. I've been having a hard time calling myself an artist because, you know, when you start commodifying your art, it's like, well, am I really an artist or am I like just an actor? Am I, you know what I mean? And so, you know, you start like doing gigs for money, you know, and then you sort of lose that stuff. So, you know, it's a reminder to me of like, oh yeah, once upon a time you did art that like you did it just for art's sake, not to get any attention out of it, not for likes, not for views, not for money, not for opportunities. Like you just did it because, you know, you needed to do it in your soul. And I've forgotten how to do that. I'll be honest. Like I've definitely lost my way, especially moving to LA, definitely lost that aspect of it. And to say that I found myself back would be a lie because I don't think I'm fully sort of gone back to discovering my artistic self anymore or like what that means to me now.
Okay.
So this is a reminder for me of like, oh, you never lost it, Oscar. Like it's still there. You were always drawn to collaborative art. Like you've never been like a solo artist sort of thing. And so this is a reminder of like, this is the kind of shit that you want to do. This is the person that you want to be. You know?
Wow.
So for me, so if you acknowledge or recognize or relate to any of that stuff, vote for Toro Y Moi's Ordinary Pleasure.
Wow, love this art conversation. I'm here for it. We have to talk more about that later, but yeah, I'm here for this.
Yeah. So okay, so now for Lambada, what do you got to say about it?
I guess let's both make this case together. It's great. The song is incredibly inspirational. It is like a really solid, beautiful world song. You know, it's you don't have to put it in that category, but you probably will. It's world music.
Yeah. Yeah, it's perfect 80s. It's a song y'all should know. And the video is great. It's a perfect marriage of the song. It's given us Caribbean vibes. It's got a storyline.
Storyline's good, and it's one that's still fucking relevant. I don't care where you live. Like me and Oscar were saying earlier, it's like, you know, This has profoundly affected both of our lives.
Yes.
And
yes.
It's very cool that message is jam-packed into this just like straight up dance bop.
Right. And some of the shots are really, really well done. I mean, like that beach shot where they're all walking in line, like it's inspired. Like, and not for nothing, but some of the ass shots, like literally there was shots where they like the skirts were moving around and you could just see ass, like that was done on purpose too. So, there's some real, artistry in that music video too. So
yeah.
For me, I'm biased obviously, but to me, they're all great. I truly don't care which one makes it to the top 100.
You don't have to.
Because anyone is a win for me.
Yeah.
So I'm just very excited to see how people are going to vote.
Me too. It's impossible to predict, so I will no longer predict. Because every time I think I know, I don't.
We've been wrong before. We've been wrong many times.
If you want to share something personal, make us watch your personal video pic, guess what? You can force us to by going to anywhere you find the link on our YouTube, on our podcast. Click that bitch. Give us a coin or two, and we have to watch your music video.
Absolutely. And you know what would be great is if you, in the message, tell us why this music video is important for you.
Yeah.
And if we have enough people, we can even do a limited playlist episode for our patrons as well.
I love that.
Which would be really cute, which would be really, really fun.
I would love that.
So yeah, I'm curious because this is a nice little exchange. Like I learned so much about you, Mano. Hopefully you learned a lot about me. So like we're just learning
far
about each
too
other.
much.
I have said too much, haven't I? I've said too much.
What if just right now, like I moved, like it was all like a green screen, like I like moved, like it was just me the whole time, like a mannequin me, just like
It's all pre-recorded stuff.
Yeah. Totally. Are you serious? That's interesting.
Honestly, I wouldn't tell. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have known the difference.
You are awful. You a bad man. But hey, you are a bad man. But you know why I know you're a bad man?
Why?
I know what you did last yesterday. I know what you did last yesterday.
You did last yesterday too. Because you were with me. You held that knife and stabbed NTV 100 times.
Don't tell anyone. We killed MTV. No.
Yes, and we liked it.
It's a scream, baby.